Hello, I am back, and today, instead of doing a review, I'm going to do a quick little recent pickups video. Um, yeah, it's been a little while. My old microphone was starting to play up a bit, so yeah, instead of doing videos where the microphone was going all crackly and terrible, I thought I'd just get a new one. And yeah, so it's been a little while, but I thought the best way to come back again would be to do a pickups video. So yeah, I'll just show some of the stuff that I've gotten over the past week or two, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. So, first of all, we've got E40, so the Hall of Game. I would love if someone in the comments could tell me, is there a way to turn the laptop monitor off without turning the whole laptop off? Because obviously, when I hold up a disc, and all you can see is the bloody screen. But yeah, E40, the Hall of Game. This is his third album, I believe. Originally came out in 1996. This came out about a month after Tupac died, and this actually has a Tupac feature on it. Obviously, before he passed away, and so that kind of makes it a little bit special. It was one of the last features that he managed to record. And there's even like a little Tupac tribute in the liner notes, which is cool. Yeah, it's a pretty good album. I like it. I don't have a lot of E40 stuff. The only other album I have of his is Federal, which is his first album. But unfortunately, I have the crappy 1995 Jive re-release, which cuts three of the songs off. So that's not so good. But it's still a very good album anyway. Federal. I want to get the Mailman EP, and I want to get In a Major Way. So then that'll be it for E40. I know he's still around. He's actually very popular now. Obviously, not obviously, but the music he does now is very different. I like the old E40, that classic sort of G funk mob music E40, not this new E40. But I give him credit for at least staying, just as popular, if not more popular now than he was back then. And yeah, and he's got all of his drinks and stuff like that out now, so he's keeping himself out there, which is cool. So yeah, that's that. The Hall of Game E40. That wasn't too expensive. That was about £6 or something like that, which is pretty good because this isn't a particularly hard, easy album to find. His other albums, his earlier stuff's a bit cheaper, it seems um, like Federal and The Mailman, so on. The next album is The Iceberg, Freedom of Speech, Watch What You Say. This is Ice-T. I believe this is his third album as well, because you had Rhyme Says in 1987, and then you had Power in 1988, and then this came out in 1989, and the next album after this was OG Original Gangster, which came out in 1991, and I have that album. Those are the only two Ice-T albums I own. This one and the OG Original Gangster. I have Home Invasion on the way. Yeah, very good album. I like it a lot. I probably prefer OG Original Gangster, but this is still a very good album. Yeah, I like that a lot. Lethal Weapon is just an awesome track. Yeah, and the Black and Decker skit is interesting. And then this one, everyone and their dog owns this, literally, well, because it's a pun. We've got Snoop Doggy Dogg Doggy Style. I don't have the original one with G's Up, Hose Down on it, unfortunately, but yeah, so it's still an OG version. It's not the where it says digitally remastered underneath there. But yeah, very just a great album. I prefer. A lot of people like to debate what is better, the Chronic or Doggy Style. I prefer the Chronic personally, but this is still an excellent album. Serial Killer, Ain't No Fun, Murder Was the Case. Just yeah, great album. Next one is actually an EP. This is Digital Undergrounds. This is an EP release, originally released in 1981. This came out after their first album, Sex Packets, but came out before their next album, which would be Sons of the P, which also came out in 91. I don't actually own any of their Digital Underground stuff, but I will get their probably their first three albums at least, because I've heard bits and bobs of all of them and I do like them. So Yeah, and of course, this EP has the song "Same Song" on it, which is the first public debut of Tupac. So yeah, pretty historically significant. Pretty good EP. It has two remixes of songs from Sex Packets and some other stuff. It's pretty good. Yeah, and then the next two are, I'm so happy to have these. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big Esham fan. I got Judgment Day Volume 1, and I got Judgment Day Volume 2. Volume 1 day, Volume 2 night. And yeah, you're supposed to put them together. Let's see if I can do this without ballsing it up. Like that. Kind of. Yeah. It's quite, yeah. Um, these are expensive, but I managed to get someone in Sweden was good enough to sell them at a pretty good price, a decent price, and they're in fantastic condition. And they're both the OG 1992 originals and everything. So I was like, yeah, I had to order those. I really like both of them actually, and this is technically you have to put a technicality onto it, but it's technically the first double album as far as like first double album in hip hop as far as CDs go. First double album in hip hop in general was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ and I'm the rapper, which in its original vinyl format was in two vinyls, so technically that's a double album. But on CD it was only one CD. So this is like the first time a double album was made for a hip hop album if it's on two CDs. People like to dispute this though because it was released separately. So you bought Volume 1 first and then you bought Volume 2. But to use an example from another genre, Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 and Use Your Illusion 2. They were both released separately, but they're still considered a double album. So that's regardless of whether you just buy the album once and it has two discs, or you buy the two discs separately, like the Games documentary 2 and 2.5, like that's still a double album. So yeah, I really like Judgment Day Volume 1 and Volume 2. A lot of people say Volume 1 is a good bit better um, than Volume 2, but I actually think they're both about as good as each other. Volume 1's a bit more lyrical and is a bit more conscious. Volume 2 is even darker. Like this is Esham and is at his darkest, really. These two albums and Kill the Fetus, I would say, are like some of his darkest work as far as solo stuff goes, anyway. And yeah, I really like both of these albums, and yeah, I'll definitely review them at some point because the next big review series I'm probably going to do is Esham solo stuff, and I have most of the solo stuff of his that I consider to be important. The only albums that I'm missing are Dead Flowers and Bruce Wayne Gotham City 1987. But yeah, I'll probably start reviewing his solo albums as like my big next series. But I'll probably throw in a couple of other reviews just to mix it up, like the way I did that House of Pain review and I did that quick NWA review. So yeah, so that's about it really. I also got Above the Laws, Living Like Hustlers recently, but I can't actually show it because my brother has it at the moment. It's at his house, so yeah, I'll show that in like the next video that I do. So I hope to do these like every week, every 2 weeks, something like that, just as long as I've got some stuff to show. And yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you for watching.